showing?
Well,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, well, the GitHub repo, of course. So.
Well, you can link to that, and actually the GitHub repo and the website, which is bridge.tezex.io, is all that we need. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Love that. Wanted to wait for that. Now that I got it. Cool. So TEZEX repo is public, and we are happy to accept your contributions and issues and so forth if you have them. So this is clearly an open source initiative, and we're very much interested in feedback from the community in various forms. So even if you're not specifically technical, if you have ideas on the economics of the system or issues that you're experiencing or improvements that you'd like to add, please come here and help us. We would love to see your contributions. Obviously the code as well. You can fork it, PR it back to us. We'll absolutely review it. How do you run a bot? Well, it's actually pretty easy. I'm going to copy this URL and go to my terminal. I made a directory just for this. So we're going to do git clone. Okay. What do we got? We have the entire thing. We're only interested in the bot, so we're going to cd bot.
Can you make it bigger, Mike, just in case people can't?
Zoom in, you mean, like that?
Yeah, maybe make the window itself, we can expand that, and then, yeah.
If I make the window bigger, it's not going to help much. Cool. Right, so all I did is git clone the repo, wholesale, blah, 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 cd bot, because that's what we're interested in right now. So here we are. This is a Node application. So we're going to do the usual Node type things. I use NVM. I like NVM. This thing, Node Version Manager. For those of you who don't know, you can certainly run Node in other ways. I'm on a Mac, as you can see. I like NVM because it makes development a lot easier. So in any case, npmi to install the dependencies, as you would with any other Node application. The dependencies here are fairly light, so it's a quick process. Yep, and it's done. Excellent. Now, technically, all we do is npm start, but this is too soon. We have to provide some configuration. So the configuration, when you open, I'm using Visual Studio Code, when you open the bot directory, in the root, you will see a user config file. So this thing controls how much you're willing to put up, and obviously what your private keys are. So I don't have spare mainnet private keys that I can show you guys here, but you would populate them for Tezos, as it's labeled Tezos wallet private key. So you would go in here inside the quotes. Then you have your Ethereum private keys. It's just the same. Now, max volume, this is interesting. So as Kevin said, we have recently added the ETH to ETH-TZ pair. And let's say that you are not interested in serving ETH to ETH-TZ exchanges, swaps. All you do is you set this to 0, and that's it. Now for USDC, USDTZ swaps, similarly, let's say I am only interested in exchanging USDC for USDTZ, but I'm not interested in exchanging USDTZ for USDC, meaning like I would only want people to give me USDC and I will give them my USDTZ, but I don't want to accept their USDTZ in exchange for my USDC. So to do that, I just do this, simple, set it to 0. Now, USDTZ amount here should be whatever it is that you're willing to put up for the bot to trade with. Maybe I shouldn't say trade exactly, because the trade here is an exchange, right? The rate is 1-to-1 minus the fees. So basically I'm putting up 300 USDTZ, and presumably I will get 300 USDC plus fees in exchange for this. So if your wallet has at least 300, or if you have, I don't know, 10,000, then that's what you would put in here. But the key, of course, is the actual keys, which again, I do not have. After that, you do npm start, which this won't look so pretty because I don't actually have the keys, but let's try it anyway. Okay. Right, the file will be encrypted. This is important. So the user config, as you see it here, is plain text. After you run the bot once, it prompts you for a password, and it will encrypt this file with that password. From that point forward, the user config will exist in its encrypted form. So if you want to modify it, you will have to recreate a file that looks like this. And if you need a template for that, the template for that is on the website, right here. So if you decide at some point to increase or decrease your max volume allowances, or if you would like to start serving ETH-TZ, as I am not right here, you would create a new version of this file, delete the encrypted one, and just run through this process again. So let me try it with an actual password. Right, it fails because obviously the key is bad, but that's fine. I have a bot pre-configured that I can show you how it runs. Let me pause the screen share for one moment. Excellent. So here is a sample bot. These are my account details. I have a minimum balance of ETH, blah, blah, blah. I have some balance of XTZ on the other side. I would like to be exchanging 1,000 USD-TZ. So bot trade volume here is set to 1,000 USD-TZ, 0 ETH-TZ, 0 XTZ. And I don't know if you can see it's cut off. Do you want to continue with current settings? Yes. And off it goes. So every so often, you will get a log like this that says, it basically gives you the current state of the network, what the fees are, and it's checking for swaps every time on the timer, every so many minutes. And the way this works is this. There are multiple change makers running, multiple bots are running, and they're started at random times. So they sort of round robin amongst themselves based on the time that they started and the timer that runs in the code. So the first bot to pick up a swap is the bot that's going to get the swap if the swap matches their parameters. So for example, this bot is running was 1,000 USDTZ. So if there's a swap that wants 5,000 USDTZ, obviously this bot's not going to pick it up. If there's a swap that is 100 USDTZ, this bot will pick it up. If there is a USDC swap, this bot will ignore it because there's not a USDC balance that it's interested in exchanging. And that's really it. The bot otherwise runs unattended. You don't need to interact with it unless it drains its entire trading balance, in which case you would have to fund your accounts anyway with additional funds and restart the bot. And that's really all there is to it. So yeah, Kevin, you probably can cut this down to 2 minutes.